I'm jaking it. I'm jaking it.
I'm jaking it. I'm jaking.
It's not a surprise that we're 7 episodes in and we got a tease about the ants. Like my Annie News impression. After the absolute cinema that was the previous episode blessed us with, we got a more calmer episode and dropping a lot of stuff that is progressing the story, while also again teasing stuff for future events. I thought I wasn't gonna make a video on this episode, but there's a good opportunity to educate you shonen retards. Yeah, you little sussy bucker. Okay. We got Manager Wu R farming, we got someone thinking he's on my mask, and we have girls and guys shocked about how strong Daddy Wu is. Thank you for the support last episode, bid. This episode covered chapter 76 to chapter 81. It was pretty faithful. Maybe the Demon Castle part was the one that had a lot of cut content. Some people lost aura. Taegyo lost a lot of aura. He's the Reaper slash Fiend Guildmaster, so he's ranked. Fill the blank. They cut out probably the most important reaction is Hwang Dong-soo realizing that Jinwoo is still alive. Also, Juhee. She was the day one for Jinwoo. I'm just saying. We saw Jinwoo actually trying to sell the Eye of Avarice. The paparazzi was not shown in the anime. Jina's expressions was hilarious in the manhwa. Jinho's dad went to the hospital. They cut out the part that he was actually asleep for 2 days straight after he collapsed. He got the same sickness as Jinwoo's mom. A massive L for A1 for not having the horses for the guards. I'm kidding, it's probably unnecessary to draw them, so that's why they didn't do it. Jinwoo is at floor 80 right now in the Demon Castle this episode. He's been on this floor specifically for 2 days straight. Also, the funniest thing that got changed in the anime, Jinwoo is outside Jinha's room talking to his shadows, but in the manhwa, Jinwoo is just beside her bed going,
Is it okay if I touch you?
This episode was directed and storyboarded by Hiromu Oshiro, who also did episode 8 of season 1 of Solo Leveling. That visually looked one of the best of that season, even if it was a low priority episode. And he did both of Solo Leveling's endings. He was the director, storyboarder, motion graphics, photography, editing, and 3D CG for it. He is from Production IG, but he has worked on a lot of Kaneko projects in A1, like SAO. As someone who is not just a regular storyboarder and director, he sometimes does his own CG and compositing. He has a very good grasp on how aesthetically and visually pleasing his episode can look because he has experience as a compositing artist. This shows why sometimes there's directors that can have that distinct style where they are helming an episode, not just how good its direction or storyboards is the color script slash compositing itself. They can communicate to the compositing team to be more precise of their style, because being an episode director, you are overseeing the episode, or you can lay out the color slash color script on how you want to make a scene look as good as you want through the storyboards. Sometimes boards are just to lay out how a scene will look, but some people can also make the storyboards as the color tone slash script for it to communicate it better for the final product. Oshiro's traits is men, zooming in on a lot of men and women sometimes. I'm kidding. But you can see how good Oshiro's board is, distorting a lot of the background almost like a fisheye lens. The framing work itself making the scale feel more wider, or just a simple panning shot that feels more than that. We have to talk about the backgrounds. Shits look so beautiful. I mean, look at the water here. I want to swim in it. And drown because I can't swim. The thing I really love about his boards is he plays around with perspective shots that looks good, while also placing the camera on like where the character is going rather than simple close-up shots or following the character. Example, Jinwoo falling down while the camera is already down there. The monster breaking the glass, it's clever placement putting the camera inside of the building to make more force of the glass breaking, or the shadow jumping off of building, like the little detail that the light post flickered. Even for the Demon Castle parts, the overhanded shots or just normal looking shots that creates more depth than usual. Oshiro does use a lot of CG quite a lot. You can see by his own directorial works, like for the Soul Leveling endings, or other little projects by him, like the Reglow music video, I think. And we got to see some nice little usage of the 3D background that looks really smooth so that we can showcase the Shadow Army more. The episode was definitely a low priority episode. There was inconsistent looking drawings. Why did Mr. Song look like that? Also, they forgot to fill the color on Jinho's neck. Like, this is how it should look like with the black, but it's just a line here. Jackie Furuzumi is chief ADing this episode. I'm not the biggest fan of her drawings. It's very sharp-chinned with the face elongated. Elongmus? Eloma? My name is Eloma. I'm Asian, that's not offensive. It's not a bad drawing like some other stuff, but it's just not to my liking. Although some people point out that the side profile looks good, and yeah, it does look good. Jinwoo's Demon Castle drawing style is also good. Not my favorite, but good. Probably the best drawing this episode is the one shot of that ant from a certain island. Okay, no, never mind. The pacing can be a bit iffy at times, especially in the Demon Castle parts. They did cut some parts from the manga, so that's probably why it felt rushed, but again, nothing too crazy. Oh, they adapted it from the novel, Shinji! Shut up! I know. The most interesting part about the animation is that the episode was solo-key animated by Mitsuaki Hori. He doesn't really have much of a track record of being a key animator, besides his work in episode 12 of Soul Leveling called Arise. My dick. While some of it was corrected by Kano, you can still see his animation with his distinct timing and effects. Same goes for today's episode. While again there's limitations, the action was still actioning with great effects, impact frames after Tusk's attack with the Orb of Avarice, animating a closing door with some complex mechanically closing door system, I don't know, but it looks good. And this little shadow appearing that's all 2D, even the effects, nice. Before you blue lock enjoy saying, oh my god, only one animator worked on this episode? You lucky. Only one person worked on 5 episodes in season 2. No. You're just dumb. Already used my R-word card this video. There is still 29 second key animators plus 4 studios for this episode. And of course in-betweeners, chief AD and animation directors that corrects the drawings. But still, Hori creating all the layouts and Ginga himself with the second key animators on deck. It's pretty surprising that a solo key animation episode can be envisioned for a Aniplex project at least. This definitely is for resource managing, so the time and resources can be more focused on the Jeju Island arc or even the next episode. Solo key animation episodes can be pretty rare nowadays. The last one from what I know is probably Slime Season 3 Episode 12 by Yasuto Hirohara. An episode like this does take more time because you don't have different layout artists and key animators doing different stuff at the same time. There's only one person doing the layout and Ginga stuff, but a massive positive is saving resources for future episodes, so the other talents can focus on other high priority episodes. But sometimes there's also outliers that the solo key animated episodes can be one of the highlights of the series, like Mushoku Tensei episode 5 and maybe some Yama no Susume episodes. There's a thing that some few of openings and endings are by one person. The popular example is Jima Ebata. Most of the openings and endings on Slime are directed, storyboarded, animation directed, and key animated by himself. Norimitsu Suzuki is a popular example of doing endings by himself. Same goes for him again, he directed a storyboarded solo key animation. You get me. Or you can be like Verkreek that did the special ending in season 3 of Kaguya, that did, oh god, there's a lot. Accessory design, animation directed, art design, character design, color design, directed, solo key animated, storyboarded. Yes, that took him 8 months to finish that ending. I'll explain it a bit more. If you see on the top left, I usually have the person that did the key animation. Usually the person that gets credited as this is the person that does the layout for the scene. Even if the key animation phase or the Ginga phase is by a different person, the credits or the key animation that's displayed is mostly focused to the person that did the layout. Second key animator's job is to clean up the key animator's work if the drawings is still rough, since they probably don't have time, or just draw some of the Ginga that was actually not finished yet. I usually break down more the animation, but there wasn't really much to talk about or analyze, so a bit different switch so you guys can understand the solo key animation role a bit more. Still, a good episode. Oshiro and Hori definitely saved it. Unfortunate because Hiromu Oshiro is not doing a high prioritized episode, since if he does, he can probably make the best looking episode visually in Soul Leveling. Next episode is gonna be hype, a fight with a certain someone from the opening. People are saying it's better than episode 6. Of course, I know what's going to happen. I don't want to get my hopes up yet, but Chromafire, I know you're watching. Give me some of the pictures or leaks, or just a full episode. My DMs are open. Hi for the next episode. If you guys like this video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a like. Comment down below what your thoughts on this episode. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. What the fuck? See you guys next time.